Hey guys, just want to walk you through kind of troubleshooting a HVAC system. If you hadn't already yet, hit the subscribe button for us. That'd really help us out. The first thing I normally do is when I come to the system is I walk to the thermostat and check to see if I've got power. That tells me a lot about the system. It tells me I have 24 volts. It also tells me I have high voltage. The second thing I normally do is I come in here and I turn the fan on. Your system may look a lot different from this. This is an EcoNet. This is a 17 series communicating system. But if you turn your fan on and the fan comes on, that tells you when you have high voltage again, but two, that everything is working mostly indoors. Your blower motor's working. From there, just kind of depends on what kind of heat you have. If you have gas heat or electric heat or a heat pump, all your troubleshooting may be a little bit different from there. But if I have my fan, from there, if you don't have a fan, the second thing you do is come in here and maybe take this cover off. And if you feel comfortable with troubleshooting you with a meter and all that, you would take this panel off, check for high voltage. If you don't have a fan, you don't have your blower motor and all that, you don't have power at your thermostat, you need to check your high voltage. You need to check your breaker. If you have high voltage, another thing you check is this. This is your float switch. You might not have one on these. Everybody might not have it, but it's a good rule of thumb to have one of these. It'll save you floor. But that'll float up, and if it does, it's going to kill your 24 volts power supply. So if you have high voltage here, the next thing you do, if you don't have power at your thermostat, again, check your fuse. So could be a low voltage issue. I'd always check the fuse. If your fuse is blown, I would check outdoors, check all your low voltage components, see if maybe I've seen a lot of times a dog will chew the wires or something like that and blow the fuse. So if you need to repair that before you move forward. So if you have gas heat and you don't have heat from there, you usually have a diagnostic board. And that's probably would be my next step on a gas furnace. On a heat pump, if everything's working out in here, you have power, thermostat, have power indoors. This kind of goes for, I'm talking about AC and heat. My next stop would be outside. You can go outdoors, and again, you have diagnostic lights on the board outside. So pull the panel off, see if you have any diagnostic lights. Check your power, see if you have 24 volts, see if you have high voltage. See if your contactor's pulled in. If your contactor's pulled in, then most likely you might have a bad capacitor or something. I have a video also on troubleshooting capacitors and how to do that as well. So again, if you hadn't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. But and that's about it. I mean, that's about as far. And there's a few other things, but I'll probably do videos on those, on heat pumps, and try to do individual heat as we go. So thank you for watching the video.